awakening. Stunning health recoveries. 100% cure for depression, insomnia, asthma, fatigue, chronic pain, insecurity, panic attacks, and other major disorders. Awaken the Kundalini Shakti, the dormant energy within. What would you do if you had 1300% more energy? Disease-free mind and body is your first wealth. Claim it at Inner Awakening. Inner Awakening, a 21-day meditation retreat with rare living incarnation, Paramahamsa Nithyananda, Nithyananda Dhyanapita, Nithyananda Nagar, Bidadi, Bengaluru, Karnataka. Contact
0802 727 9999.
Email ia@nithyananda.org.
Nithyanandeshwara Samarambam Nithyanandeshwari Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. Today, very exciting subject for Nithya Satsangh, Mahadeva's definition of completion. Few days before, I was just contemplating how come Mahadeva, who has explained all the philosophies, did not explain completion process? How come he did not define the completion process? I was having the idea, basically the completion process is from the Vedic tradition, the Upanishads, and Sankhya. Sankhya, which is rooted in Upanishads. Because the completion is all, the whole completion process is more like a maths. Mathematics of the macrocosm is Sankhya. Science of the sacred is Vedanta. Art of the ultimate is Tantra. So I was thinking that basically the completion science, because of its nature of mathematics, is from Sankhya, which is rooted in the Vedaswara Chandogya Upanishads. Of course, Isavasya Upanishad. I was contemplating how come Mahadeva did not directly, because in that 64 Tantras, Mahadeva has given everything possible to Devi. It is an amazing compilation. Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Spandakarika, Shiva Sutras. Amazing compilation. Whoever has done that book is Mahadeva, I can be sure, because nobody other than the person who has reached the space of Sarvanya, Mahadeva, can do that work. The effect shows the cause. The effect shows the power of the cause. I can be sure it's from Mahadeva, or a person who is in the space of Mahadeva. Both are one and the same. So I was thinking, how come the Mahadeva did not explain this completion process? I was just sitting in the room, and as usual, my usual posture of going to Samadhi is I'll stretch the leg and put the body on the wall or the back support. Suddenly I saw in the golden letter the 22nd verse of Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, which beautifully translated and commented by Swami Lakshmanju, And Paul Reps is a person who wrote the book Zen Flesh and Bones. More than writing, I can say that compiled the book Zen Flesh and Bones. Osho commented on it. So I acknowledge the great contribution of Swami Lakshmanju, Paul Reps, Osho for keeping and expanding this knowledge, and ultimately bow down to Mahadeva, and I complete with Mahadeva for thinking that how come Mahadeva did not define the completion process. But anyhow, I can say he himself has reminded, saying that, hey, I have clearly expanded on this completion process. So the moment I saw that verse, I got up and ran to get the books and referred exactly. The sutra defines completion beyond any definitions given in Upanishads. Please understand, Mahadeva has gone far beyond defining completion than from the Upanishadic or the Sankhya tradition. And I also have a good news for you guys. In just few more days, I'm going to start speaking on the Sankhya philosophy as my offering to Kapila and Mahanirvani Pita, the Kapila's Sarvanya Pita. Soon you will start listening about the Sankhya Karika and Sankhya Sutras in the morning Satsang. So anyhow, Mahadeva has gone far beyond in defining the whole process of completion in a very beautiful way in this 22nd technique, process in Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, which is part of Shiva Sutras. Shiva Sutras is a compilation of 64 books: Guru Gita, Kularnava, Mahanirvana, Vijnana Bhairava, Spandakarika. All these put together is called as Shiva Sutras, which was delivered to Devi by Mahadeva. Mahadeva directly transmitted these signs to Devi. So the 22nd verse, I'll give you the translation and we'll start there. Signs of completion by Mahadeva we will learn. आज नित्य सत्संग में स्वयं महादेव ने पूर्णत्व स्थिति का जो परिभाषा दिया है उसके बारे में बात करेंगे. The sutra, (22nd verse). Look at your past disidentified. Let attention be at a place where you are seeing some past happening and even your form having lost its present characteristics is transformed. Listen. Now I have to do a clear alchemy process. You need to come to the space of listening. Just by listening, you can be transformed. Just for alchemy process, you have to prepare one herb A, second ingredient B, third ingredient C. Then you have to add them one by one at certain degree, temperature. So I am preparing different understandings, then I will collect and combine all of them and give you the ultimate understanding. Listen. First, Please listen. Every moment, how you are in the time and the space is recorded in you, in your inner space, that is individual memory. And all individual memories put together is cosmic archives. Listen. For example, today August 3rd, now 8 o'clock, 17 minutes, 6 seconds, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So each moment of time, how I am, what I am, gets continuously recorded. It goes on. This is life. Now, if there are some moments where my experience of me with the life is inadequate, incomplete, then I try to carry me to the next moments to complete me. That is incompletion. Listen. For example, this moment, if you shout at me, and I did not have the courage to shout back at you or respond to you as I want and be complete with it, for various reasons. I may not be feeling courage, or I may not be feeling energetic, for various reasons. If I don't come, or I should have the strength to forgive you. If I don't complete by responding to you back or forgiving you, this remains in me as an incompletion, and I carry that to the next moment also, waiting for an opportunity to complete it. So the files brought from the past, which is not yet complete, is incompletions. Please listen. Time has moved, but the impact of time is not moved. River is flowing, water has moved, but the marks water made on the stones in the banks of the river is not changed. That is there permanently. Time has moved, space has moved, but the impact of the time and space in the past, the inadequate cognition, incompletion, is being carried. The garbage which got into your luggage, unknowingly is incompletion. Listen. Garbage which got into your luggage unknowingly is incompletion. Now, for incompletion to happen, what all is required? Time, space, and your inadequate cognition. This is the way the incompletion gets cooked. On particular time, your inadequate cognition gets recorded on the space, imprinted on your inner space, and that gets carried. Now, the time with your inadequate cognition gets printed in the space, and that inadequate, incomplete experience gets constantly carried to next moments continuously, is incompletion. One more sacred secret you need to know, that incompletion will have impact on your present moment. The past incompletion will have impact on your present moment only with bringing back that same memory. For example, at the age of 6, you have been beaten by your brother and you felt powerless. It became a deep incompletion and root pattern. Now, whenever you are impacted by that incompletion, whenever you suffer with that powerlessness, whenever you are impacted by that incompletion, whenever you carry that inadequate cognition, whenever you suffer the incompletion, for a microsecond, maybe 1/1,000,000th of the second, that form, the childhood form in which the incompletion is created has to come to your memory. You will be again remembering that form. Out of that form, that incompletion will start functioning. Listen. It is like a photograph of that moment, compressed and saved in your hard disk and replayed again. If you have to suffer with the incompletion created at the age of 6, you will remember how you looked. You will remember the form of you at the age of 6. It will be there in your memory. 1/1,000,000th of second you will remember. Just 1/1,000,000th of second. And your memory of that form forms the basic ground on which the incompletion grows and affects your present moment. Mahadeva is giving the technique to dissolve that 6-year-old form from your inner space. Listen. That is what he means. Look at your past disidentified. If you miss this one line, you will miss the whole thing. I am repeating. If you had incompletion at the age of 6 and you are still carrying that incompletion and suffering, if you are still carrying that incompletion and suffering, when that past incompletion is affecting your present decision, present flow of consciousness, you will remember at least 1/1,000,000th of the second the form you had at the time you had incompletion. Same that 6-year-old child, frightened, terrified, terrorized, pale. That face, that form, your inner experience of you at that moment of incompletion, you will remember. From that memory, the incompletion will start growing. So understand, each moment your form, how you look gets printed on the space. Space is the film. Time is the material in which your form is continuously captured. Now, Mahadeva is telling, go back to the same time and same form, relive it, but remembering to disidentify. So, what will happen? That childhood form you are carrying, which is the souvenir you are carrying from your past, that form will suddenly disappear. Please understand, when you relive, this is what exactly happens. If you go back to that 6-year-old, or bring that 6-year-old incompletion now to the present moment and start living, your brother is chasing you, beating you. You are hiding in a corner, frightened, terrified, terrorized, crying, not even able to cry, frightened, gasping for breath. When you relive, completely disidentified, consciously unclutched, that form of the child, the incomplete child, terrorized child, melts away. When the form melts away, the effect of that incompletion on your inner space melts away. That is what Bhagavan means, Mahadeva means. Look at your past, disidentified, let attention be at a place where you are seeing some past happening, and even your form having lost its present characteristics is transformed. The form loses its characteristics. Listen, this is a definition of completion. If you follow this definition, your doubt whether I am complete or not will be clarified. If you look back about the same incident, you should not be able to remember that form you had at the moment of incompletion. Then you are complete. So look at your past unclutched. Let attention be at a place where you are seeing some past happening unclutched. Even your form at that moment having lost its present characteristics. Please listen. Incompletion is the most complicated phenomena, bringing the past childhood incomplete form to this present body and living that in this body. It is like in the young age, you had a small glass, 200 ml milk you drank. Now, 1 liter milk you drink. You try to bring the 200 ml milk itself and try to drink now also. If you try to have the same thing which you had as a child, you will have malnutrition problem. The same inadequate cognition and that form, you bring it to this form and try to live it and continuously suffer with inadequacy. inadequacy is curse of life. Inadequacy is curse of life. Listen to this great truth. Mahadeva is precisely describing the process of completion. Sit, look at your past, unclutched, disidentified. Let attention be at a place where you are seeing the past happening, and you will see it such a way, unclutched, that form of that time, the name of that time, the inadequate cognition of that time loses its power over the present characteristics. It loses its influence over the present. And I tell you, if you just live with your present form, you will be complete. But along with this present form, all your past forms are also getting loaded. It is like one person only can walk through that door, but 1 plus 300 half men are trying to go in through the door. You are not alone. You are 6 age incompletion, you are 7 age incompletion, you are 8 age incompletion, you are 9 age incompletion, you are 3 age incompletion, you are 4 age incompletion. All the fellows are hanging on to you. And you have to walk like a person on whom 300 children are sitting. You can't walk through a door because 300 kids are sitting on your back. How a man cannot walk through with 300 kids sitting on his back through a door, same way, in this moment you will not be complete in your life if you are carrying all the past incompletions on your shoulder. Complete all of them, drop one by one all the kids. Become you. When you become you, you are transformed. You are no more incomplete, inadequate cognition. You are no more incomplete, inadequate human being. You are complete. Please understand. Every night, sit with yourself, go back, allow yourself, let attention be at a place where you are seeing some past happening, and see the past happening unclutched. You all know why that happened, why your brother has beaten you. He has beaten you. Why this happened in your life? It has happened in your life. With that clarity, if you relive, if you allow the reliving, past happening, you will see the forms in which the incompletions happened in you will start melting away, withering away. Then you will simply live completion. You are complete. More than this, no one can give a precise definition of completion. This is the most precise definition of completion. Most precise definition of completion of Mahadeva. Every day you will see that 300 kids you are carrying, 300 incompletions you are carrying, some 10 will melt, 20 will melt, 30 will melt, 40 will melt. All that forms when it melts down, melts down, melts down. Suddenly, one day you are there all by yourself, Kevala, alone, without any incompletions. Just by yourself. All the inadequate cognitions of you melts away. When the inadequate cognitions of you melts away, the abundance you experience is Lakshmi. The root cause of all the poverty is you try to live with the same inadequate cognition even after growing up. A toy car is enough when you are a 5-year-old child. But when you are 25, you need a real car. Even after you become 25, you are just having the child toy car and playing around, saying, I am going in my car. What will happen? That is what exactly you are doing. It is time, get into the real car. Drop your toy cars. Puppy love, puppy cars, puppy cognitions. Your Barbie dolls, puppy love, and puppy cognitions. Everything should be discarded. Everything should be discarded. Unfortunately, society teaches you to discard your Barbie doll and puppy love, but not the puppy cognitions. The inadequate cognitions, the incompletions you created at that age. Discard all of that. Allow the completion happen in you. Look at your past, disidentified. Let attention be at a place where you are seeing some past happening and even your form having lost its present characteristics is transformed. Look at your past, disidentified. Let attention be at a place where you are seeing some past happening and even your form having lost its present characteristics is transformed. Let the weight, please understand, any weight you feel now is nothing but the old incompletion sitting on you like a child. Melt each of those incompletions. It is like you carry loads and loads of ice on you and suffer with the dehydration and no water. Melt the ice. One, your load will reduce. Second, you will have water. Whenever your incompletions are melted down, your incompletions melts down, you have the space of completion. you have more space of completion. You have more space for completion. Look at your past disidentified. Let attention be at a place where you are seeing some past happening unclutched, and even your form having lost its present characteristics is transformed. How you feel, how you see your childhood incomplete form, that will melt down, that will lose its power over you. You will be transformed. I tell you, this is the best definition on completion. I can say anybody wants to learn the science of completion should learn only from this satsang. This is the completion process. No one can orate more than Mahadeva. No one can articulate more than Mahadeva. No one can present more than Mahadeva. No one can define more than Mahadeva. No one can describe more than Mahadeva. No one can spell it out more than Mahadeva. It is the definition of completion by Mahadeva. Sit. I am giving you the precise instruction from Mahadeva's definitions. Sit and decide that you are going to complete with some of these past incompletion, and let your attention be on the whole incompletion being relived with the clear understanding of unclutching. Disidentify why that happened, because it has happened. With that understanding, why that happened, because that happened. Why you reacted the way you reacted, because you reacted the way you reacted. Why the action, because the action. Why the reaction, because the reaction. Any past incident has no valid, adequate reason to the present conscious cognition. Any past reason cannot be adequate for the present cognition. Any past incident as no reason or cause for why it happened the way it happened. It just happened the way it happened, and it did not happen the way it did not happen. That's all. With this clarity, relive, you will see the form you are able to remember in which the incompletion happened will melt down, will lose its power over you. That is the definition that completion has happened. The incompletions have melted down. Go on, go on, go on. Other than the form you are having this moment, you should not be able to remember any form of the past. Then you become formless. Line happens as a line only it has a conflict with something else exists. Now, this moment will not create a line. But if I do the same on a board, that moment will become a line. Because there is a base, some other form on which this form exists. If there is only one form, without the second form, even the one form does not exist. So this form will exist only if there is some other incomplete form supporting it. If all the incomplete form is taken out, even this form becomes formless. That is Advaita. That is the space of non-duality. Listen, this moment does not become a straight line if it is done in the air. The same moment done on a board becomes straight line because there is already another one form on which this form can stand. Same way, this form in you will exist if already there is an incomplete forms supporting its existence. If you remove all the incomplete forms, this form is not supported, it will just melt down. If the board is removed, code cannot stand. If all your incomplete forms are removed, this form also becomes formless. So when a formlessness walks into form, that is called grace. When a formlessness walks into form, that is called incarnation. It's a science of completion. It's a mathematics of completion. It's art of completion. It is history of completion. It's a methodology of completion. It is the theology of completion. It is the mystery of completion. It is the mastery over completion. Listen. If the minus has to be nullified, the plus has to be added. The whole science of completion is a maths. Minus 2, if it has to become complete, plus 2 has to be added. The inadequate cognition, if it has to be complete, you have to flood it with consciousness, adequate cognition. If the unconscious, inadequate cognition need to be complete, you have to flood it with adequate conscious cognition. So, Mahadeva has described the science of completion, art of completion, theology of completion, mathematics of completion, and mystery of completion for all of us to become master over completion. Essence of today's satsang. आज सत्संग का सारांश है completion. Look at your past, disidentified, unclutched. Let attention be at a place where you are seeing some past happening and even your form having lost its present characteristics is transformed. I'll give you the essence in Hindi. आपके वर्तमान में उपस्थित आपका जो रूप है उसके अलावा कोई और स्वयं का कोई और रूप अगर आपको याद है तो आप अपूर्णत्व में हैं. आपके अतीत के घटनाओं को याद करके और उन्हें पुनः आपको जीना होगा. जब तक उस अतीत में आपका जो रूप था वो आपके भीतर पिघल कर छोड़ दे तभी आप पूर्णत्व में है. पूर्णत्व का अर्थ है कि आपके वर्तमान के रूप के अलावा आप अपने कोई भी रूप को याद ना कर पाएंगे। पूर्णत्व का अर्थ है कि आपके वर्तमान के रूप के अलावा आप अपने कोई भी रूप को याद ना कर पाए।
Inner awakening. Stunning health recoveries. 100% cure for depression, insomnia, asthma, fatigue, chronic pain, insecurity, panic attacks, and other major disorders. Awaken the Kundalini Shakti, the dormant energy within. What would you do if you had 1300% more energy? Disease-free mind and body is your first wealth. Claim it at Inner Awakening. Inner Awakening, a 21-day meditation retreat with rare living incarnation. Paramahamsa Nithyananda, Nithyananda Dhyanapita, Nithyananda Nagar, Bidadi, Bengaluru, Karnataka. Contact
0802 727 9999.
Email ia@nithyananda.org.
Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share and explode in eternal bliss. Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nithyananda.org. www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.